We got how many folks we got? I can't see the chat room since I'm sharing my screen.
We got 5 people in here right now, but they'll be coming in as we go.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Verdix asked me if I'd be willing to show my army that I guess I had a decent clan war last time. Got obviously some luck involved, so I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and share. I posted my army comp to the clan chat window if anybody's interested. Like we were just talking about, there's a lot of variations to the E Titans. So I've seen, like I said, people use a P.E.K.K.A, a couple witches, a Yeti, whatever you're comfortable with, obviously. Um, this combination just works for me because if I don't 3-star, at least I have some cleanup troops with those archers, whiz, and minion at the end. Um, I was gonna post a replay. I did have a 3-star today, and kind of give you an idea of what I'm doing. I think this was a ring base. These give me problems sometimes. Um, I try to avoid, the in the center there you see a lot of dead space, and I kind of count that as being either what do you call it, the tornado or the super or the giant bombs, and they just wreck.
What do you have in your CC with your
Oh, I'm
Sarge?
sorry.
What do you have in
And
your
this is
CC with your Sarge?
good question. Right there, 3 super archers, 5 wall breakers, and four gobs, and then the clone. I've seen people use other things too on that. What super gobs and that. So if you've got any other combinations, this is what works for me. I like the super archers because they tend, once you drop them, they tend to stay in the area. I had problems with the super whiz, which are effective too, but they tend to, what do you call it, wander. So if you lose track of them and you drop an invis, that you may not catch the super whiz, and that's happened to me numerous times when I tried that. So I do like the super archers because they tend to stay in one area. Um, the so you had 2 time fails at the top there, bad 60. And then this one, the actual 3-star. I've had more problems with the ring bases, just trying to figure out where to drop my blimp. So in this case, I believe I came in. Where did I drop it? We'll find out here in a sec. So I drop a few loons first, and then the warden. I set the warden to air, and in this case, I'm coming in. What is it, like 3 o'clock? I'm trying to get there it goes, the poison. So you notice right there the poison. I kind of went past it, or I'm going to catch that outer edge of it. One thing that will destroy the super archers is the E Titan. I'm sure most of you are more familiar with that too. I've had all my troops wrecked by an E Titan just sitting right there, not leaving the area, and that just kind of ruins the attack. In this instance, she is going to leave the area and I believe go after the warden. So, and that's where I'm landing. It's kind of hard to see right now, but there's no open spots. They're right by that monolith. If I were to come in from would it be 9 o'clock or 6 o'clock? There could be some problems there. Closer, right around that town hall between those 2 poison, there's gonna be a load of giant bombs in there. I've made the mistake of landing there. But so where? Oh no, excuse me. There was is that super minions? Yep, my tactic step. But you on the spell drop, I tend to drop the invis right after the blimp. The blimp drops. I don't drop the invis first because I want to use as much time as I can with my spells. So if I drop the invis first, count to 4, obviously. Drop the second one, and then right after that, I drop the 2 clones, the rage, and then a third invis. So if you can kind of control, I don't know if anybody else knows, you can kind of control your clones if you don't where you want your archers to go. So if you drop them left or right instead of just right on top of each other, you can spread the archers out a little bit. I've noticed that to try to avoid some of the dead areas. But here, you see, it took out the monolith. Quite a bit of damage it's done. I think I got some decent value off that. Whoops. So the next part of the attack, what I typically do is I'm trying to keep the troops together, my E-Titans and everything. And in this case, I had it set up nicely. It just worked that way, where I can drop them and they're going to go up towards 12 o'clock and just walk around the base. That's the goal. I have had some issues sometimes where my queen will wander off if I'm not careful, or E-Titan or two will wander off the opposite direction and kind of mess things up. It's not always easy to control where they go. But in this case, they're all going to stick together, and unfortunately, these super minions. Let's see. Yeah, the E-Titans take them out pretty quickly. So I got lucky on this one a little bit. Everything's just walking nicely around the base. Unfortunately, yep, we're good on this one. It was nice to get the queen plenty in that inner area to be taking out the core there, what's left of it. Doesn't always work out that way. But now I dropped the world champion in to follow up behind the barbarian king and the archer queen. And some minions on the back end, or at least a couple minions on the back end to clean up what I could. It's rare I have all three of those heroes at the end left like that. Any questions on that one, or? No. I do have there's a time fail. This doesn't, I don't know about anybody else, but this doesn't work as well against box bases. It seems like for me. But in this particular instance, it worked rather well because the guy or the gal or whatever used an invis on the town hall, which made it real easy for me to get the blimp in there. And he was kind enough to put the monolith, the CC, and the eagle right there. So on this one, I came in somewhere between 12 and 3, trying to avoid the sweeper there to the right of the CC. And you can see this one's going to be a time fail, but you get the kind of the general idea. Box spaces I rarely see like this where they put the invis only. My luck, I run into 2 poison towers, one on each side. Should start somewhere around 2 o'clock. There we go. I'll drop the loons first again. And I do set my warden on air. It tends to help it'll follow the blimp or the loons. The warden will tend to follow the, the loons in a little farther. If you put it on ground, it tends to, your loon, you don't get it as much time, if that makes any sense. You can see in the invis, there goes that E-Titan. You see it right there. If she would have stuck in the center there, I'd have been in trouble. And the invis actually was helpful going off because it directed the archers right towards that monolith and the other area there. Yeah, I got a lot of value off the super archers there. So here, actually, got ahead of myself, but you can see, again, I dropped everything together up in the upper corner around 12 o'clock and trying to get everyone to walk around the base. It's a pretty simple attack. I mean, to be honest, it all, again, unless anybody has any different opinion, it all depends on the blimp, on how well this is going to go.
I do have some replays as well for you if you don't mind. With my variant.
And normally in a box base, I get stuck with a monolith still standing somewhere in the middle there. It does a lot of damage to the Titans and the heroes if you get caught. Oops. And I'm just holding my headhunter right there for the Archer Queen. Yeah, I'm not sure what I could have done different to get the 3-star on this. I couldn't really drop loons or the wizard, the troops that were left, because of the defense is still standing. There's no value for me unless I drop them behind the E-Titans, really. And then my Archer Queen got hung up on the wall there. And I think at the end I'm going to get caught here by a tornado trap, which I think ultimately cost me. Yeah, so I think I just needed a little more time on this one. Just didn't have anything left. Little timeout.
How do you hit a diamond base?
Oh, you had to ask that. I haven't had a ton of luck with those. When you mean the diamonds, where the town hall's kind of at like one of the corners.
Yeah, a diamond or a teaser.
I thought I had a teaser earlier today.
I'm not doing anything.
I'm trying to remember which account it was on though. Let's see real quick. There. I only got a 77 on this one. This particular one, I believe I came in from about 12 o'clock, between 12 and about 2 with the blimp. I came all the way across the base because of the sweepers weren't going to be a player, and I wanted to avoid that poison. So I kind of did that, but we'll see what happens here. It starts coming in between 12 and about 2. Yeah. I'm trying to get that warden to go in, closer towards the town halls so I can make sure my blimp gets there. That's my fear, is the blimp gets caught, not making it all the way there. So that's why, there we go. He's kind of moving in, so I don't have to use his ability yet. That's kind of like why I like Warden on air. And I actually misdropped my blimp. I dropped it a little too early. I meant to get it in a little closer. But I still get the town though. Let's see. I think I end up dropping my E-Titans around between 12 and 2 again. Okay. Hey, decent value there. See, then I drop the Titans kind of right down here because I've got a way to walk around the base, but unfortunately I got a lot of closed walls, so that is a problem with the E-Titans. They don't do well against walls. They will get hung up. So I think I made a lot of mistakes on this one.
Sending blink from 5:30 would be better.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, let me stop there. What was that?
Sending blink from 5:30 would be better. That would put off the poison.
At what position did you say?
Sending blink from 5:30 would be better. it would have pulled off the poison earlier on the blimp, and your super archers would be safe in the center near CC.
Did you catch all that, Vernix?
No, not all of it.
I think he said somewhere around dropping it down
He's saying drop it around 5:30
down here
and land
where
it past
this
the
Titan's
poison
sitting.
where
I
it's
don't know
like
where that
3
Titan. That
points
must be the
CC.
CC
Yes,
or
yes,
something.
yes, yes. Sending blink from Titan position would be better.
And then go into the poison.
Poison would pull off earlier because that poison will be throw on the blimp, and we could send blimp a little further near CC.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, I could have gone in. From you said 5:30, 6 o'clock ish, and the poison would have tossed over the blimp. I think I thought about that, and I was worried because I wasn't sure where the tornado was, and I've been burnt by that sometimes on this particular base. Going in and get caught with a tornado somewhere, in front of that poison, in between
Yeah,
the, what do you call it,
possible.
the scatter
Yeah,
and the cannon
possible.
there. I know there was somebody who posted something out. There might have been Itsu was talking about, attacking from the right side versus the left side, where people tend to put stuff like their traps and their tornadoes. So I try to go, like, in this case, from the side where I thought, where a tornado
Uh,
might not be.
but in these ways, if you send without warden from where you send the blimp, it would have been best because your warden get no use. Your blimp open very near to wall. It could have been just sent directly without Tom.
From where?
From where you send the blimp, because of the sweeper push, your warden ability didn't get so much value. I mean, the blimp is open very close to the wall. It could have been sent directly without the warden Tom.
From which position?
The position you send blimp from the
Well, let
same
me
position
let me
because
go
the
back
blimp.
and so from about 1 o'clock.
Yes, 1 o'clock. Just
See,
few loans.
I didn't think the
Just
blimp would
few
make it.
because of the sweeper push. Your blimp got pushed away near to wall. It got no use of warden ability.
Let's take a look. Let me speed it up a little bit.
Ivan.
So right here,
Yes, now see you drop the warden.
I'm sorry.
You just drop the warden and send the blimp, right? But because of that sweeper push, the blimp open very close to the wall, and because of that, your warden get no use of that water term get no use.
I'm not sure I'm
So he's
understanding.
saying you could drop your blimp without your warden, is what he's getting at. So I think he's.
Yes,
What
yes.
So
I mean, you just send the blimp under warden term, right? But that because of that sweeper push, the blimp get open very close to the wall. I mean, without warden also, the blimp could have been open at the same spot.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, my where the blimp dropped, that wasn't where I planned it to drop. To be honest,
Oh,
I
okay.
had I had planned to get it in behind that rage potion, or excuse me, rage tower, and between
But
the rage
it's
tower and the
very
CC.
risky. It's very risky place because that poison could have pulled off near rage.
Yeah, it could have. It was right on the edge, so I think I would have made it because you get like 2 seconds before that poison tower
Yes,
kicks
yes,
off, if I
yes,
remember
yes.
correct. So
Okay,
yeah,
now nice.
you're right. It could have gone off if I got too far into it. But my idea was
Yes,
trying to get somewhere around that CC if I could, just outside of it and then get the what do you call it, the monolith at the same time. That
Yes,
was the
right.
plan. But I made a mistake and I dropped the blimp a little bit too high up, closer to 12 than I should have.
Yes, that's because of that blimp blown away your blimp near to wall. That one push made your
Yes,
blimp push away.
yeah, from the sweeper right there.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, I guess it's a good point. I guess the important thing is planning as well as you can where you want to drop that blimp because if you're off by just a fraction,
yes.
it can make all the difference in the world. And I've done that going, why didn't the blimp land where I did it? And I go watch the replay and I was like, oh, my blimp was off by like an inch, on the screen or a half an inch.
Yes,
It,
yes.
it'll, yeah, but you're right. Yeah, where the blimp landed, I see what you're saying. I could have dropped the blimp like right there and kind of got the same impact and saved my warden.
Yes,
That's something I actually need to remember for next time anyway, on something like
yes.
that, because the warden would have paid bigger dividends protecting
Yes,
my
it does.
troops.
But if that CC would have been open, your blimp would have been open near CC, it would have fetched up more value. But because of
Hmm.
that blimp push away, you didn't get much value.
Right. I mean, my main goal is to get the town hall, but you obviously you want to get some other targets too.
Yes, yes.
Like I said, my goal was the monolith with the town hall, but like I said, I made a mistake in where I dropped the blimp. So I guess that's not a bad thing. At least I can show you where I messed up.
Yes.
Um,
We could learn next time and we could place it better.
yeah, I do that more more than I'd like to admit, misplacing the blimp by just a fraction. Uh, it happens, and I'm showing this on my phone. Like I was telling Vernix, I don't attack on my phone. It's too hard. I use a tablet, but we tried demoing a tablet, him and I, and the uh, the video wasn't coming across real well for whatever reason from my tablet. So it's really hard to hit on the phone. Uh, so yeah, like I said, this one ended up being like a 77. I mean, I'll take it. It's 25. That's or 78. That's kind of my minimum goal. I like to get 25 trophies as a minimum on hits, and you can see there's a 17 and wait, no, that's defense. Excuse me. Today wasn't too bad. 31, 31, 25. There was a bad one there, but it just varies. It's all dependent on the bases I get. Um, this base right here, I don't typically do great against. Um, just I'll get the 2-star, but if I'm not careful, I will get the 1-star.
You could get 3-star also, possibly, if done correctly.
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you
If where would you drop blimp on this base on your base?
on this one. So I'm looking at the sweeper right now. So you can see where it's kind of going out. So it just kind of varies. I've tried dropping it, over here at the elixir collector, and it comes running straight. And if I
Right.
can open it up right on the elixir
Bomb.
storage, I can typically do okay, even though I land in the poison. But I'll get this 70 to 80% 2-star typically on this one because I can't go at the bomb towers unless there's something I'm missing
Yes.
there. Because if
And
you land on
what
those, your attack's in trouble.
any possibilities? Any possibilities to blimp from backend and getting the
From
backside value?
coming in from here, from where the warden is up there.
Yes, near that border.
Yeah, it typically.
Open open near that two builder hut, between two builder huts.
Whoops, sorry about that. It was an ESPN update. Where were you talking about?
Breaking blink between two builder huts.
Did you catch that, Vernix, between
Yes,
He's talking
between
about the
eagle
long
and
blimp right
two-wheeler head.
straight to the core.
Oh, so
You have to
you're
be
talking
also
about in
be
line with the eagle.
yeah.
Yes, eagle
What you
and
need to do, you need to
monolith
also
and
be
two
careful
multi.
because of the bait,
Maybe
because
three
some people do
multi.
that bait
All
with
the
the
multis you
tornado.
can have.
Yeah, I haven't tried that because I'm always afraid of, that seems to be like I'm being baited that there might be a, what do you call it, a tornado somewhere around that eagle.
Because
Yeah,
I always
there's
approach
always a
from back
50-50
and I
chance
also
with
use
those. It's
super
always
archers
better to
only.
be
I could
safe.
share some replays in
Jesus.
U.S.A. plan. Would you like to
But
watch it?
yeah, I can put this up there if you want to. I mean, do you using the same army or?
Yes, I use same army.
Okay. Yeah, the only thing I worry about is I've tried that in other box bases coming in from the back end. If I don't get the town hall, um, it takes a lot of troops to get that town hall down, for me at least. And then I end up
Okay.
with like a 60% 2-star. But I can post it. I can throw this up as a challenge if you'd like.
I would share some videos if displays if possible.
See, should I stop sharing my screen, Vernix, to let him go ahead and share, or
No, just watch it.
can I? Oh, okay, I got you, dummy. So when he hits it, yeah, I'm just waiting for him now. So he's gonna come in from up top there. When he's using Phoenix with his Barbarian King. Okay. And no Warden. Okay. So he's gonna walk from like 9 o'clock down. Try to. So it looks like he saved a couple in Viz to protect those troops around the town hall. Solid hit.
We could try this way also.
Yeah, I think I'd have been nervous dropping the. I mean, you did well on it. I'd have been nervous in my instance trying to walk the troops all that way to the town hall. I'd have been worried I'd been caught in the middle and just wrecked by the monolith there and never made it to the town hall.
Okay, possible.
So you
It's
saved
a
you saved
risky
a couple.
attack. It's a
It
risky
definitely
attack.
risky, but it worked. I mean,
Yes, it
uh,
worked.
you
Today
saved
I
a
got
couple invis
230.
for your troops.
Same way. Today I got 230. Same way. No triples, but all high 2 star. Nearly 95%, 92%.
It was like 27, 28 trophies. That's good.
Yes, 29, 30. Nearly that range.
Hmm.
If you want, Vornik just posted a replay with the way he uses
Bornik.
SuperArch. Just open it up and you'll see.
Okay, let me go ahead and replay that then. Always willing to learn on these. Oh, I haven't had a lot of luck against this particular base because of all the dead area around the town hall, those empty spaces. So, Vornik, where do you drop the blimp at, or where do you try to get it to?
Right on top of the single, and there's a tornado trap right between the AD and the Inferno, like always.
See, I guess I'll go the replay and I'll answer the question.
Maybe
And
better to
then
drop beside that
and
CC
then
and
I do the ring
invisible.
around tactic.
Between that space. Between
I'm
CC and
trying
invisible.
to see which. Okay, so he comes in from there. From what 9 o'clock?
Oh, opposite way.
And he doesn't have to use Warden either. Okay. Oh, I want to see how his.
I'm already starting my main
Where's he come
army.
in? Okay, so he comes in. See, I hate when my troops split like that, but it looks like it works for you in this case.
I wanted them to split.
And he came in with the Royal Champion early. Is that normal to come in early with the Royal Champion? I'm just curious because I always come in late.
Yeah, sometimes, especially when you're about to head into the mono, it helps a lot.
He didn't have to use the Queen ability. Nice hit. Trying to see what's different in your army than what I. Oh, because you use super goddess and use more loons than what I use. Good hit. Yeah, it looks like I'm not the only one using this. There's other folks that are using this probably more effectively than me in Legends. Should I show this one from Meat?
Sure, go ahead.
Same base. Yeah, it says same base I attacked. Is it? It's just positioned differently. Yeah, it's just turned at a different angle. So where does he come in with the blimp? If it was me, I would almost come in around, I don't know, around 6, but I would have to use Warden maybe. So he's gonna come in. I think that's the difference between the text we're replaying and what I do. I tend to use Warden more, where if I didn't, I could get more value out of the Warden. Like a couple of you brought up, protecting the troops instead of a blimp.
See, with starting, especially with like slow trips and everything, especially if you have a hard back end core that you have to go through DPS, you want to try to save your warden the best you can.
Where's his troops? I'm losing them. Oh, they're there. Looks like on the backside, he's using some troops to clean up a little bit there. I haven't tried using that particular pet. I forgot his name with the Warden, the ice one.
Frosty.
Yeah, Frosty. Thank you. Has anybody else tried that? I'm just curious how effective that works.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I haven't tried it. When I did try it, I think I tried it with the Barbarian King, and
I'll
I
look for
didn't.
another
It's a
replay.
good pet. I just didn't like it with the Barbarian King because I like again, I forget my pet names here. The Mighty Yak with the Barbarian King on this attack, to help through the walls with the E-Titans because they just, like I said, they don't do well against walls. Um, yeah, I think like I said, the difference between the attacks you guys are showing between mine is I use the Warden a lot. Um,
Yeah.
and I guess are there times? Again, I'll ask you guys some questions. Are there times where you do use the Warden, and if you do, what makes you decide to use the Warden instead of just sending a blimp in, kind of unprotected? I guess you want to say.
Uh, it is very calculated. Means I send the loons first, so that loons take the black mines if any, and then my
Right.
beam goes safely in.
So you don't
So it
necessarily
saves.
plan on you don't necessarily
No,
plan on the blimp getting the town hall then.
Not
no,
always.
it is very
It
certain that
depends on
it
the
will reach
base.
the town hall because that loons take up the black mine, so Blim goes safely into the town hall compartment.
He's asking about the long blimps. When do we typically go
Okay, yeah, I
through?
was just talking about the one attack, like on my base here, where you came,
For example,
from
your
where the warden
that
was,
toxic base
and
that you
you
hit,
intentionally didn't go for the town hall.
Yes, yes.
that teaser base.
Uh, I felt that I could fetch on back end more value with my super archers rather than just going for town hall because
So
I
did
could
you?
if my but my Blim didn't reach where I wanted it because I really wanted to break between the two builder huts, but it broke very early because that multi when there is multi that loons get very fastly fed.
Okay, yeah, that's something I need to work on a little more. Better identifying. That's my dog in the background if you hear him. Better identifying when to use the warden and when not to. Like I said, I probably use it in 90+% of my attacks. Now on this base, I probably wouldn't use the warden. Obviously, I could get that blimp in there somewhere.
I I use Warden just in that ring bases because it is very hard to reach in the ring bases. Rest all bases
Yes,
I prefer not to use Warden.
yes, I would agree. Oops. Is there anything else you want me to show, Vernix, or?
Is there
The
any?
box base one.
Oh yeah, he
Hmm?
posted a replay of box space. If you scroll up a little bit, if you would like to
Who
show
did?
that, right there, Vornik.
Backspace. That's not the one we showed earlier, is it? No. Oh,
No,
yep, that's a 3 star. So yeah, yeah. I actually tried using this base, and I use double poison, so I'm familiar with this base. Curious to see where he comes in at because of the
Uh,
two sweepers.
Town hall.
Zoom out a little bit. That's typically where I hit. Zoom in a little bit.
And I'm making sure the king is always in Viz the whole time.
So it looks like he's got a clear path to walk the troops around the base. I'm curious to see how he gets in there and gets the monolith. That seems to hang me up. Oh, looks like the Titans. Nice hit. And still had 3 Titans left out of the 4.
Does anybody else have any other questions? Alright, well I suppose we can wrap it up there then. It's been about 45 minutes.
I'm kind of glad
No
I
other questions?
didn't have to demo a hit because, like I said, trying to hit on my cell phone is extremely difficult.